Hey there, Jeff Newman here, Rome Training, Corporate Crazies in an imperfectly perfect world and radical acceptance for my podcast. I'm thinking the last couple of weeks about mental health, mental disease, mental stress, and I've come to some conclusions. These terms, mental health, mental illness, mental health, mental disorders, are tossed around so freely in today's society, and yet many of us, so many of us, aren't clear about their meanings or prevalence to our lives. I would think that most of us, you must assume, they need to assume maybe something, that mental health is something that only affects others and believe it won't affect our family, our friends, our neighbors, our business associates. When I go around New Jersey talking to K through 12 universities, colleges, corporations, I'm actually going to be in Camden tomorrow. What I tend to say most of the time in different ways is mental illness does not happen to Jeff Newman. No way does Jeff Newman go through mental health challenges? Because Jeff Newman, his entire life has been an upscale. He's been he's been so successful personally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and absolutely financially. And then one day something happened, just like a spark. So we never know what may happen because I think you've heard this before. Mental illnesses do not discriminate and nobody is immune to them. I just want to point that out. The truth is that mental health problems are more common than heart disease, more common than lung cancer, and cancer combined. That's a pretty amazing number if you really think about it. And why am I bringing this out? I'm bringing this out because in my teachings, in my guidings, in my offerings, I do master classes. They're only a half hour on dispelling the myth that those who are challenged with a mental health condition cannot live loving, joyous, harmonious, fruitful lives and abundant. Because that's exactly what it is. It's a myth. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. And I want you in the comments to give me some idea if I were to put together a class, a free class, just a half hour. What would you want to hear? What would you want to learn? Because I could actually give you some lived experiences probably in every area because I've been challenged for the last 15 years. I haven't. I've been successful, but I've also have gone back into a state of anxiety and depression. And just as a sidebar, depression and anxiety is common with everybody. We all experienced it. 7.5 billion people on this earth actually know what those feelings are like. When it becomes something to pay attention to, it's when it when feelings are more than just 1 or 2 days and they continue for weeks or months, sometimes years at a time. That's when you have to pay attention to it. And I have skill sets and I have steps on how to work with that and also how to maybe have your loved ones support you in that same uh, in that same process. So if you're interested, you want a half hour class, I will put something together. You just jump on, you ask questions, but let me just give you what works for me and what has worked for others when I had presented my my uh, my course of action, if you would, do that in the comments. Give me what you want to give me, and we shall go from there. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow.